Hi friends. In our previous video, we had a really great conversation about not giving up on ourselves, our whistles, or the music. I'll stick a link to that conversation at the top. And that conversation generated some wonderfully helpful conversation. And it was so good, I need a follow-up conversation of some things that came out of that. And so the two videos today. I'm going to share a practice exercise in the next video, and this one is really a follow-up on Friday's conversation. One of the challenges of diving into learning a skill is that you look at people that are really gifted at it. You look at people that are really good. You can start comparing yourself to them. And then when you compare yourself to them, you might become discouraged and give up. In the conversation, the Mountain Mama, I think, said it most succinctly when she said, we should be careful not to compare ourselves with others. That is true. Now, you might be saying, well, there's a healthy comparison. Yes, there is a healthy comparison, but I guarantee you that when you're comparing yourself to someone else, 90% of the time you're judging yourself and you're dissing yourself, or you're being arrogant and saying, oh, I'm better than they are. That comparison game is not a healthy game. So we should be careful about not diving into comparing ourselves with others. There's a healthy way of looking to other people. You see, when we compare ourselves with others, it often leads to feelings and sense of dissatisfaction and inadequacy. When I look at myself as an inadequate whistle-playing musician, you know what I want to do? I want to put my whistle down and go do something else where I could be better, right? I want to, I'm not energized. I'm not encouraged to dive in. When I'm beating myself over the head, or when somebody else is beating me over the head, that doesn't drive me forward. It drives me to walk away. It's a fight or flight thing, and most people are going to flight in that instance. So, when you look at people like Brian Finnegan, Joni Madden, Mary Bergen, and so many other players, we're not supposed to look at them and be driven to want to give up our journey. We're supposed to look at them and be inspired. We're supposed to look at them and learn. We're supposed to look at them as aspirational goals. Although, I don't believe when you look at the greats, and we have tons of other greats that we follow, each of us. We don't look at them because you want to parrot them. We look at them as inspiration. We look at them and say, I love what they did there. I want to learn from what they did there. We look at them as someone to inspire us higher and greater. Sure, now and then we need some correction. Correction comes naturally in the flow of learning. And honestly, sometimes the flow of learning, it takes care of itself. I think that's so very important for us. Don't look at how someone else plays and judge yourself as inadequate. You are your own musician. You are developing your own style. Someone is looking at you and saying, wow, I really like how they're playing. I like what they're doing. It's funny, some of our friends and I have been talking about playing outside, and it's something that the Mountain Mama brought up again. And I've got to be honest, I'm a little reluctant to play outside. And it's not because I don't like the outside. I love the outside. I don't want to be judged. That's really sad, isn't it? I've played outside a few times, And when people walk by, they smile and nod, or they stop and listen for a while and thank me and appreciate it. No one's throwing money, and that's no. And it's fun. There's something lovely about being outside. And you see, if you're comparing yourself to others, I'm not good enough, then you're not going to go outside. If you're comparing yourself with others, I'm not good enough, you're never going to go to a session. And unless we go outside, unless we go to a session, unless we play for someone, we're not going to grow like we should. You know, you get a young child who's learning to play the piano, and they play, and maybe they're playing chopsticks or something, and everybody goes, "That is amazing." They're not concert pianist ready. But if we don't encourage them today, they won't continue the journey. We need to encourage each other. We don't just encourage each other, we need to encourage ourselves as we go on the journey. It's interesting. I talked about looking to others as encouragement, looking to others for guidance and learning. In the saxophone world, I've bought a couple. This was back when books were really the big thing. Before online, I've got a book of transcriptions of Stan Getz solos and the way he played specific tunes, because I'm listening to it and I might not get that. This is someone transcribed the way he played a lot of popular tunes. And I bought the book so that I could learn some of what Stan Getz did. Not so that I could become Stan Getz, so that I could become a better Scotch Shade. I did the same thing. I got a Lester Young book of somebody transcribed the way he played tunes, including the solos and the riffs he put in. Not so that I could become Lester Young, but so that I could become a better Scotch Shade. I've got a John Coltrane book similarly here somewhere. I'm not sure what I did with it. I think I may have loaned it out to a young friend learning to play the saxophone who needed some inspiration. Look to other people for inspiration. If you're going to compare yourself to celebrate the progress you're making. Compare yourself to yourself. Look back a year ago. Where were you a year ago? How are you doing today? Is there anything you see in there that you have improved on? Celebrate that. Is there anything you see in there where you think, I thought I might be a little bit further on this? Then, focus on that a little bit. But the comparison game is a negative game, and it will drag you down, and it will cause you to be discouraged. Look to others for encouragement, inspiration, teaching, and aspiration as to who you can become as a low D, high D, whistle playing musician. My friends, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm committed. Now, one of the reasons I've not gone outside recently to play is it's been below freezing. I'm committed as spring arrives to go play outside some. I've recorded some videos ahead this week. Cindy and I are going to spend a few days up in the mountains with some friends that we were in college with. I'm planning on taking a whistle or two and playing outside. I might even record something while I'm there. I'll probably be alone up on the hill somewhere, but that's okay. I need to get to the point where I am not worried about someone judging me. It's funny, I'll make videos, right? But I'm doing that for encouragement. I'm doing that for teaching. I'm doing that to help us each. I'm not doing that to perform. And I feel like sometimes when I'm outside, I'm performing. I need to think about that differently. I need to think about it as just a delightful thing I do. I picked up the whistle because I love it. I picked up the whistle because I want to learn to play it. And I need to learn to play it in all circumstances. So, don't treat yourself negatively. Don't judge others to push yourself down. Be inspired by other amazing players and continue progressing in your own whistle journey. Anyway, thank you all for the amazing comments. This is why I say community is so great. This is why I say please comment on videos, because your comments are so phenomenal. Thank you all so much. This is helpful, like the video that helps YouTube promote our channel. And if you're brand new here checking us out, welcome. I would love for you to subscribe and join this amazing community of people learning together how to play the low whistle primarily and the high whistle as well. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy whistling, friends.